Hello, love. Welcome to Transmission Tuesdays here on the Libran Key. Messages of a galactic, cosmic, transmission nature for the highest and greatest good of the ELSH collective, empaths, lightworkers, starseeds, and healers, awakened and awakening souls. Know that if this message has found you and or if you have found it, that there is something here for you. That is always the intention that I put into these messages. If you are returning here, thank you, family, for being here. Sending you so much love wherever you are. And if you are seeing this message, this channel, for the first time, a very warm and loving welcome to you. Okay. This Transmission Tuesday's message being recorded on Monday, August 19th, right after this full moon that we've had in Aquarius, which it's been a pressure cooker, let's just put it that way. Although the message is not connected to this full moon, however, since it is an Aquarius, there is a kind of interesting message here with regard to, funny enough, a connection that Archangel Michael is bringing with the Temperance card and Aquarius and the energy of the water bearer. We're going to get to that in a second. This is what he's showing me. Essentially, Archangel Michael coming through for this message, front and center. So this is a message directly from the archangelic realm, okay? And Archangel Michael wanting to come through here almost to... There is an aspect of him that he wants to share with regard to how he can support us in relationships. And he's not often associated with that. So what's interesting is he directed me to ask through the Starcodes Astro Oracle and the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle cards. Not what you would necessarily expect Archangel Michael to, I'm hearing also the energy of Christ Michael here, okay? His connection to Christ energy, Christed consciousness, the energy of Jesus Christ. We know that Archangel Michael works with Jesus Christ and the energy of Christ very, very closely. And specifically, I'm hearing Anointed One really being emphasized here for some reason. He's bringing in a golden energy, and he's bringing in the energy here of gold and its connection to alchemy. And what he's showing me is how we understand Christ consciousness and the energy of Jesus Christ as being very much connected to empaths, love, compassion, and unity, and by extension, Archangel Michael, even though we see often he is perceived as this very warrior-like energy, this very light warrior of God energy. Remember that his name means who is like God. So he has a very, 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 we know this already, like he, a very tight connection to Christ and Christed consciousness, and as a representative of God and God's source. So it's really fascinating because he didn't really, I'm just going to go back to my notes here for a second so I'm not getting off course. And he's like, yeah. So basically he gave me a few things right before we started recording this. He wants to come in to talk about love and relationships, and especially establishing healthy boundaries and balance, because he keeps on showing me the scales. And that's one way that he is often represented in art and in depictions of drawings of him and how he can come through and how he can appear and how he chooses to appear to people. Holding a sword in one hand, very much like Lady Justice, very much like the Libra card. He will come in, the connected to Libra. I'm calling it the Libra card because it's the Justice card. So he will come in with a scale, and you also will see him with a sword. Okay? This is the energy of discernment and creating healthy boundaries. That's what he really wants to bring through with regard to relationships. And Libra also being connected to relationships as well. So he's showing me the Justice card, but he's also showing me Temperance, because he's often associated with the angel in the Temperance card. And this is where we connect it back to this Aquarian water bearer, consciousness bearer, very similar to the way that we see Christ and the consciousness of Christ as bearing a specific kind of consciousness. But what's interesting is that he's showing me again the energy of alchemy, and also how I'm also seeing the Star card now. We see 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground, right? This kind of energy with of balance again and integration, but essentially this is all coming back to healing. This is all coming back to the energy of healing. He also showed me, I heard him say, one door opens, another closes. Isn't that interesting? Because we usually have one door closes, another door opens, and then new paradigms regarding relationships. That's what I heard. Also, really bringing in the energy of the throat chakra here. I am working with blue Aventurine and Selenite. So he's showing me the clearing of the throat chakra, opening it up. This is interesting. Going back to this, one door opens, another closes. It's almost like he's giving me the analogy here of speaking up in order to draw a line in the sand, literally, or close a door on one part of your life or relationship in your life. Very much connected to this energy, this blue, and I'm seeing it come through. It's interesting because he usually comes through more in terms of, for me anyway, I get a lot of cobalt blue energy with him. Very pure, kind of like a primary blue color. But he's also showing me a sky blue, a lighter color. This blue energy of expression and expansion connected to the throat chakra. And I'm also getting a real emphasis here on sound, connected to the throat, the element, that sort of elemental aspect of the throat being sound, all sound. I'm even hearing primordial sound, so there's healing connected to this as well. But specifically, I heard the things you are listening to and what you are hearing, what you are, I can't read my writing, what you are putting yourself in earshot of is incredibly important at the moment. I'm actually hearing him say, what sounds are you consuming? It's significant right now. So there's something, this feels kind of like I just want to, also add here that he had a real urgency to come through for this message. He was really trying to get my attention to come through for this message. So much so that I actually feel like I've had a sore throat all day today. Let's see where this goes. I don't know. He's pointing that to me, for me personally, but this is also reflecting. He's showing me temperature changes being significant. Like I'm seeing fluctuations in energy. I'm seeing fluctuations in energy. And I have to say this, but there is also a lot of dragon energy that's coming through with him. He is associated with dragons. He does have a dragon in a sense that he can appear in dragon form to certain people. He is connected to certain dragons. but not in any way as a dragon slayer or anything like that. Okay, we're talking about high frequency energy here. Dragon. Yeah, there's some connection here. And I think it has to do with just this very guardian-like protective energy, Christed energy even. It's crazy. I'm just seeing, I keep on getting more golden energy coming through for that. And the alchemy of dragons and this energy of dragons, okay? So maybe that's a confirmation for some of you. If you're like, why do I feel like Archangel Michael is coming in like a dragon? There's a dragon energy here that's connected to him. That's being confirmed right now. Okay. Really fascinating. He's not giving me any more than that, though. He's showing me a bell. It's like he has a legion of dragons. This goes back to sound. So the bell, I'm seeing a bell. I'm literally seeing the bell emoji. Yeah, and it's like he summons these dragons. Like there's a bell. It's like a summoning. Is what he's showing me. Like I'm actually kind of seeing it like the way that you kind of see a summoning happening. This like a clarion call. Because I'm also seeing the Judgment card, but it's not specific to that. She's just using that as an analogy. Okay, I'm going to start by asking through the Starcodes Astro Oracle for just messages that he wants to bring through with regard to relationships, like he said. I'm just going to put these crystals over here. This new way of understanding relationships. I'm going to keep this open because there's a lot kind of coming through for this. It just wants me to keep on, to go ahead and shuffle the cards. Okay. But really, really emphasizing calling him in to assist in relationships. For discernment, especially for the empath, it's interesting because this is really kind of pertaining to the empath journey a lot, but also like it's beyond that. But there's something here with regard to, oh my God. Seeing him kind of like the love doctor. That's what I'm hearing, love doctor. Wasn't there a song like that? Dr. Love or something? But in no way, like he's using that phrase to speak to how he is able to come in and give really solid guidance to each and every one of us around relationships. 1331 on the counter as I say that. Okay, he wants me to get 56, progressions, journey. So 56 reduces to an 11. This is going back to the Justice card in the tarot. And this is also going back to this progression of relationships. One door opens, another closes. And he's really focusing on the clock here. In terms of cycles, in terms of patterns. Okay, so he's showing me how you can call upon him and how invaluable his energy is with regard to clearing out cycles in relationships. Also, if there is a situation currently that you are in where somebody, I'm just hearing somebody's not getting it, calling upon him to assist you. This is interesting. He's showing me that that is actually This is very specific, so please take what resonates here and leave what does not. He's showing me that that is very specific to some of us and our energy currently, where we have to do the clearing of this energetic energy from our auric field. This could be in the form of cord clearing, where we're focusing too much on the outward aspect of this particular person not getting it, when in fact, the energetic responsibility is ours. So we have to do the clearing first and then watch, in a sense, the magic unfold, is how he's showing it to me. Because when you get your energy right, it reverberates, and it can be in a very unconscious way where somebody just stops bothering you because they realize they don't have any energetic connection to you anymore. So getting our energy right. This is one way that he really assists us in breaking these patterns and giving us a bird's eye view as well, because yeah, okay, something is up with that, because I'll get to that in a second, because I'm also seeing an emphasis here on these mountaintops, and I'm actually seeing that determination card in the Prism Oracle deck, where it's almost like we're getting a bird's eye view where the sun is coming up. It looks like behind the mountains. We're getting an eagle eye view. Thank you, Archangel Michael, of what is happening, of what is going on. So he's also really great at giving us a more detached perspective. A holistic is how he's showing it to me. Really, really interesting. But he's also bringing in unity consciousness here with regard to understanding why. Why did this happen? Why did you end up in this particular situation, in this relationship with this particular person? And so much of it is connected to our journey. Soul contracts, journey, justice card again, the judgment card, both of those represent soul contracts, okay? That can also be karmic as well, okay? Okay, again, yeah, I heard this earlier, fluctuation. This is when I was talking about the fluctuations in energy, but I wasn't sure. And then something else came in. But we're getting a confirmation here, solar flares, okay? And also this connected again to the star card. We've got an 8 here, 17 reduces to an 8. Activate. So he's pointing to the solar flares and the light codes as having activated a new cycle of understanding in relationships, going back to new paradigms regarding relationships. So a lot of this has happened within the last few months, collectively. And some of us have, were at one time very happy in a relationship, felt like it was going in the right direction. And despite that, also very true to Archangel Michael, and I absolutely love him for this, although it can be difficult at times. This can be a hard pill to swallow. He's saying to me, and this is going to resonate for some of us, so again, take whatever resonates here. You knew the nudges. You saw them. You felt them. But at the time, he's saying this was an exercise in discernment. This is not about feeling bad that perhaps you felt the nudges, perhaps you could see the little red flags popping up, perhaps the red flags were actually outweighing the green flags is what I'm hearing. Interesting. And you could see them. They were popping up. Things were happening. And yet, you proceeded to still be aware. Oh, wow. This is kind of hitting home now. how do I sum this up in a way that's concise enough? Because this is a very difficult sort of thing to put into words. Okay. He's connecting this specifically to soul contracts, okay? Where you know that you were in a particular situation, you were getting nudges, perhaps that this was a soul contract, that there was something here you needed to participate in, that there was something here you needed to engage in terms of this relationship. Yeah. He's showing me portals now. So this was a particular situation where while you were going through it, you were learning more about your own discernment. And it's interesting because he's showing me the other person in this situation. This isn't something super toxic. This is not a relationship where there was harm done in any way, physical, mental, emotional, where it was like we're talking abusive in any way. No, this wasn't that type of relationship. This was where you felt almost like it could go two different ways. It could go well or it could not go well. And there was a zigzagging, is what he's showing me, a zigzagging, where you were literally pulsing, is what I'm hearing, between timelines, pulsing between timelines, where there was a potentiality of it going a certain way. This is really interesting. Okay. I invite you, if this is resonating with you at all, to please leave a comment below as to whether or not this is something that is pinging for you, or you were perhaps in this recently, because I have been coming across some beautiful souls recently who are telling me exactly the same thing. And now Archangel Michael's coming in to confirm this. Okay? So he's showing me like where perhaps this relationship I'm hearing was released because the contract was fulfilled. And you're still on pretty good terms with this person, but there is a sort of focus here on, if you haven't done the energetic clearing, you need to do that. And also, and you will know if that resonates for you again, and of your own free will, of course. Remember that these readings are for confirmation, 2222 on the counter as I say that. He's just giving me love and gratitude now. It's that eagle eye view again. Something about sunlight as well, and integrating the energy from what was activated with the solar flares. Okay, wow. Dignified strength at the bottom of the deck. 13, the energy of the death card. Transformation, ego death. This is a really beautiful energy coming through. This energy of being really dignified in yourself. This is a position of strength in astrology, right? When a planet is dignified, when an aspect is dignified, it's grounded, is what he's showing me. I'm getting a lot of like moon and Taurus energy with that. That's very specific, okay? Any kind of moon in an earth sign where emotions, thank you, Archangel Michael, emotions are really grounded, in check. We're not, this isn't a watery, out of whack moon. I know this is what he's giving me right now, and what he's showing me in that respect is this is nothing to do with, giving water a bad rap in any way. It's just he's showing me that like a boat rocking back and forth, tumultuous water, tumultuous emotions versus something, and the moon being a symbol of that, right? And our emotional body versus a moon that's grounded, versus energy and emotions that are grounded. That is the dignity that he's bringing through in this energy. I'm getting a lot of Queen of Swords with this, actually, where it's like there's kind of more Libra energy coming through here with regard to just the Queen of Swords being a woman who has been through a lot. And there's still a dignified sort of strength to her, despite the upsets and the disappointments. And I'm deliberately putting that in quotation marks, because while we're going through it, he's showing me, of course we feel disappointed, especially if we have a vision of what we want to happen, or we're with this person and we see things going a certain way and then they don't. Okay? But taking strength from that, very much like this Queen of Swords, like using that to build more strength of character is what I'm hearing. And also having compassion, because remember, she is a queen, right? So it's really, her energy is so fascinating to me. I feel like I should do like a whole series on the queens. Total, I know, yes, random, but not, right? I know, this is what I do, tangents. But it's like her energy is so fascinating to me, because she's this beautiful blend of, well, it's kind of with the same with the Queen of Wands in a way, where we have a very masculine energy that's juxtaposed by feminine energy, but it weaves itself beautifully. It just does this. It's a whole other vibe. Let's just put it that way. Okay. He's directing them out to the Island Time Wellness Oracle cards, and he says that's it. Okay. Coffee cup. This is back to communication, because this is about meeting and conversing. Okay. Feeling uplifted, savoring the moment. There's been a huge emphasis recently, because of all this time being really wonky lately, which is like a whole other message that we could talk about really being in the present moment, okay? When communicating, when expressing yourself, being fully present in what you are saying, okay? Being cautious of your words and what you say. Archangel Michael is also incredibly supporting in clear communication and clarity of thinking. Okay, I'm going to bring these energies back in. Thank you, beautiful blue Aventurine and Selenite, because this is what it's all about. Okay, this clarity of expression and clarity of thought. Okay, not today. Okay, so this is again about creating healthy boundaries, understanding and flipping this on its head, especially when we are empaths who feel bad because we feel like we say no, and then we kind of go back on it. Like we set these beautiful, healthy boundaries, and then there's still that part of us, right? This is part of the journey, where you do it. Interesting, because this is about avoiding a conversation, and this is about meeting and conversing. So what he's giving me here is, again, going back to these energy cords and energy attachments still happening, where we're conversing, or we're saying something in order to create a healthy boundary, and we're abiding by that, okay? Because we've got sunglasses here: watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, and focusing out. So my beautiful, beautiful love, okay? Empaths, Lightworkers, Starseeds and Healers, all right? There are certain people that are going to want to come back into your life, right? We are in the midst of Mercury retrograde, so this happens, okay? Stay vigilant is what I'm hearing, and remember that this is like a test. Treat it like a test, okay? Because so much of growth and strength, going back to this strength card here. Oh my God, and that even looks like a door. It looks like a door opening and another door closing. Yes. Again, boundaries. And notice how it feels like this is elevated, right? It's elevated. This is about this is about leveling up when it comes to exercising your boundaries. Yeah. And, please take that how it resonates. This is not about, but really he's showing me is growth. He's showing me growth and expansion. Goes back to this throat chakra again. Unconditional love for yourself. Archangel Michael has so much unconditional love. He really does. it's a different kind of energy of love, but it's there. It's there. It's very dignified. He's showing me the Queen of Swords again. Like, it's very much that energy of, I got you. So like, I'm inspiring you to so you can get yourself. I know that sounds like, you know, you get that energy, what's coming through. It's like, it's a very dignifying love. It's a dignified love. It's like, I don't need to mop up. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. You know, some people might call that tough love. I don't think, yeah, like, I'm not feeling, that's not even the right way to describe it. It's more this energy of, I love and respect you as a being. This is so connected to free will. I love and respect you as a being, so much so that I would never even think to feel sorry for you in any way. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I know you're capable of everything that you could possibly put your mind to. Yeah, I'm just going to read the card. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. This is so much about self-love and universal love, really. And understanding that there are many different forms of love is how he's showing it to me. Many different forms of love. And he wants to give, it's interesting, I'm hearing the word storyi in Greek, which means, how do I even describe that word? Because, you know, not that I'm biased or anything, but Greek words, man, just like all the forms of love that we have in Greek, you know, like, they have a very specific description, energy to them, where if I give you one word in English, it's not going to encompass the entire meaning of this word. Storyi is an energy of, it's a combination of love and support, guidance almost. But what he's showing me, thank you, Archangel Michael, is like somebody who's got you foundationally. Because he's showing me his hand going underneath someone's feet. Storyi. And storyi is an energy where there's a certain degree of respect there for you as a person, as an individual. I'm here for you. I'm here if you need me, you know? You get to choose. You get to choose whether you call me in or not, you know? This energy of support. And it's a beautiful, very pure energy of support. There's nothing, it's unconditional, right? It goes back to this unconditional love. And it's very much an energy that we feel with friends, with family, with people that we feel close to. Storyi. Okay, that's what he's bringing in. That's the energy that he's bringing in. Thank you for that. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Yeah, so it's dignified. Oh my God, that's the only way that I can feel to describe it. I hope that you can feel that energy coming through. Okay, I'm going to end it there. A lot of throat activations, by the way. Something's going on with the throat chakra. Just wanted to add that in. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for being here, for sharing these beautiful messages with us. Thanking the beautiful energies of this blue Aventurine and this Selenite, the Archangelic realm, the energy of Christ Michael. Thank you. I thank you for being here, for sharing your time and your energy with us in this space. I am sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation always.